All right, guys. So we're in the middle of this quarantine thing with the coronavirus. Got that Rona, and it is actually the first time I need to mow this year, and the first time I've actually mowed my lawn in a few years. I usually have a guy that does it, but with everything that's going on, it looks like we are doing our own for now. So the old air filter looking rough. So I'm gonna head up Tractor Supply this morning, grab a few things, get a little tune up on the lawnmower, and do a cut on the grass, and then we are gonna build an ammo can grill. So I'm out here mowing, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not the greatest at this. It's been a while. The yard looks like absolute cheeks. I mean, I got patches, I got freaking pellet smoker bags and fence pickets falling down, and only Jesus can judge. But take a look at this plant. So this is a yucca. So I actually planted this originally over here, but this genius, if it'll focus on him, that genius right there, I've got a few of them, if you can tell. That genius ate it from over there and then pooped it out where it has grown wonderfully right here. So I'm going to finish up mowing the yard. I'm going to clean that nasty thing off so none of these weeds travel over to the front yard. And I'll get to the shop, get everything together, and let's get an ammo can grill made. So story time real fast about that little guy right there. So when we were teenagers, we went to camp at our church with our youth group in Palo Duro Canyon, second largest canyon in the nation. Yes, sir. Texas is the best country in America. Anyways, we're at Palo Duro Canyon and we're camping, and there are a ton of those little guys all over the place out there. And so my buddy Matt was with me, and I called the berries on top, or the pods on top, dingleberries for the longest time. And he had no idea what a dingleberry was. So we would take them and we'd fight with them, or we'd pull the sticks off and sword fight or whatever. Well, I accidentally poked Matt in the eye, and his sister ran to the counselor. Zach hit Matt in the eye with a dingleberry, and Matt's eye got stabbed with a dingleberry. It was hilarious, but I thought I'd share that. Okay, bye. So first thing, obviously you need all of your stuff. Ammo can, 50 cal. 50 cal fat is actually better. It's a little bit longer and wider than this one. This is just a regular old 50 cal, but this one will work, and it'll work really well. I'm going to use a drill press on this just because I have one, and it's just easier to work with metal that way when you're drilling. So that's what we're going to use. Camera had to move there. So also got a few different odds and ends just so we can make this a little bit easier. Pair of pliers, hole saw, drill bit, 6-in-1 screwdriver, a drill, an electric drill, and a cutoff wheel for the electric drill. And the reason we're going to use this is to cut the grates. As camera shut off on me. I'm trying this new app, by the way. If everything looks a little bit different, it's because I'm actually filming on an app called Boca, B-O-C-A, and I just want to see if I could do a full video with it. And it's kind of a pain in the butt because it only films for like a minute and a half at a time before it blacks out, unless you keep touching the screen and keep it awake. So anyways, this cutting wheel is what we're going to use to cut the expanded metal of the grates for the grill and the charcoal holders. And then we've got some bolts and some nuts to hold the grates in place, and our speed square and marker to go ahead and lay everything out. So let's go ahead and lay everything out first, and then we'll start drilling. So apparently my GoPro was dead and only got about half of all that, so you didn't get to see the amusement of me jumping around, because all these hot shards were coming off of this and falling on my feet, and I'm wearing Crocs. And there's nothing wrong with Crocs. I don't care what you say. If you're a naysayer, you suck. Anyways, I like Crocs. If you like Crocs, comment down below. Just kidding, you don't suck. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead. We've got all these holes drilled. You see the two big holes on each side, 4 small holes on each side for bolts. We're gonna trace this on some expanded metal. I'm gonna throw the cutting wheel on the drill. We're gonna get them cut out, and then we're gonna throw them in here and burn all this out. Burn all this off with a really hot fire. Everything will be burnt out, and on the outside will be burn off. And we can start cooking on it, seasoning it up, spraying it down with some oil. So I need you to comment down below and let me know if you like this idea and what you would like to see cooked on.
I tried to get all this done with my cordless, but I don't think it'll happen. For this one, I'm going to put some glasses on.
Yeah, it's taking a while. Let me switch over to my corded drill. Let's just get these zipped off real quick. Yeah, I should probably clamp this down. That'd be a little smarter, wouldn't it? What I like to do is cut everything almost all the way through. Then I can slip on a pair of gloves and break it over, and then knock all the burrs off with a grinder or a sander or whatever. This piece right here, make sure it fits. It's real nice, like a glove. Almost the exact size. It's in real nice. So there's one. We'll get the other one cut out, and we'll knock down all these sharp points also. I'm actually going to use this one as a washer because I don't think you're actually supposed to put these blades on this drill the way this is made. I mean, we're making the ammo can grill, and we're doing a lot of things we ain't supposed to do. Let's try to get it all centered up. So make that last cut just beautiful. Alright, so we got it all washered up, centered up, the walt cutting blade. Plug her back in for our last two cuts. For the record, in this trailer right here, I have a ton of tools, and there's a bunch of shelves over here full of tools. But I can't get into that, and I don't feel like pulling it out and going through it all and just jacking around with it. I just got it back here from a big job. We do construction and remodeling. We just got done with a giant multifamily complex, and no, not this week. Nope. We're gonna redneck it. We got that beauty done. Let's see if it fits just as good as the other. Maybe a little wide. It's good this way, just a hair wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, just take and cut it down the middle of that. Take half a diamond off all the way down. That clam's a piece of junk. Try another. Probably really be clamping this on something more sturdy than a plastic $2 sawhorse, but we're just putting it together. Right. Let's see how good she fits now. A little bit tight, but she fits. Okay. All right. Get these cleaned up, throw some bolts in it, and it's ready for a fire. Sweet. All right. Need 8 bolts. I just got this pack of bolts from Home Base. I guess you can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever y'all got wherever you're at. And so I like to use 4 bigger ones down by the bottom. I mean, you can use all 4 big. I just happen to have that size. This is all left over from another build. So I've got 4 of them I'm going to throw in towards the bottom. Now tighten them up. All right, so we got 4 of them in here, and you can see that pretty well. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put 4 more, throw the grates on it, and then I'm actually gonna take this home and burn it in so that I can season it, and then we're gonna cook some steaks on it tonight. So let me throw these other 2 in, we'll get it put together, and the next time you see me, we'll be in my backyard throwing some trash and wood and stuff like that in it to get all this burnt out and cleaned up. All right, thanks. 4 more nuts and bolts. let's go. 8 bolts, 4 holes to breathe through. Let's see if I can see through it. Anyways, 4 holes to breathe through, 8 bolts. Literally just took that long. Go ahead and take the grates and throw them down in there one at a time. Charcoal grate above the holes. See, it doesn't hold a whole lot of charcoal. That's only a few inches deep. A few inches ain't much, but it's honest. Anyways, get this top one in there. It's a little tighter. Boom. And I like it to be a little bit tight because I don't like how flimsy these can get. They get kind of flimsy this way, and that way it's tight and cook food right there. And notice how I put a little bit different, little dip in there. That's because grilling grates, the sear surface on them, it sits about that high, so it'll be flush with the top. But let's throw the lid on it. Let's get back to the house. So we got it sitting out here in the wind, and I mean, you can see the wind is really making that fire roar, and that's what we want. You want it to get really hot. You see all that paper and stickers and paint blistering and starting to come off of there. That's exactly what you want from it. So instead of talking to you in the wind, I'm just going to let this burn. I'm going to keep feeding it for a while. I want this to burn for quite some time to get all that stuff off of there, and then I'll show you the finished product. But that's really it, guys. That is how simple one of these amazing little grills is, and it works so good. I absolutely love my Mowing grill. So we've been burning it in pretty good for a little while now. It's been burning for about an hour now, and it's for the most part gotten off. I'm going to take and put on these freaking awesome Cosmos Q hot gloves and turn that can over to where it'll get hot on the third side as well as the other sides. If you hear that in the background, got a little Lunkers TV going on the YouTubes. If y'all don't follow him, you need to follow them and Guggen Squad. Those guys crack me up. Flair, old Andrew, he's something else. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and throw on this other glove, and I'm going to get this thing flipped to where this side will get as hot and as finished as this side. You see, that's basically down to bare metal there. If I was to take sandpaper to that and just rub it down, it would be bare metal. So I need to get some high temp paint, some black high temp paint. And I'm going to get this turned to where this is facing up, and we'll keep going. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put you down over here and mute it so that you can see what I'm doing, and check out how good these gloves are. You need to go to cosmosq.com and order some. Okay, so put the gloves on. That thing is screaming hot. I could feel the warmth through the gloves, but it didn't burn my hands. That thing is, I'm thinking 6, 7, maybe even 800 degrees. It is screaming, scorching hot right now. So, oh, my hand's in the way. Amateur. Bush, leave. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and get some watered up foil. I'm going to rub that down after it burns a little bit longer, and then it's done. It's ready to spray down with some oil and get your first cook in there. So if you like this Mowing grill, make sure you like, you subscribe, you ring the bell, all that good stuff. Again, I apologize for the crappy quality. I did order a camera to try out just for funsies, and it should be here next week, and we'll see how good that goes. I haven't decided what kind of DSLR or mirrorless camera I will use. For now, I've been using my GoPros and my iPhone because, well, it just works pretty decent. Anyways, yeah, well, I'll get better. Hopefully. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I got a light brush sand on it. See how that looks. Not too bad. It's nice and clean. I'd put a high temp paint on that and call it good to go. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I need from you is, if you you like this, tell me that you like it. If you'd like to see more things like it, tell me that you like it. Also, we might build another one of those. That's an ugly drum smoker back there. My buddy Frank Cox over at UDS Manufacturing. Give him a call. Maybe we'll make something happen there. But if you like this ammo can grill, let me know. Leave a comment below on what you'd like to see made on it. Also, I'll tell you what. Once we get to 150 subscribers and we get 200 likes on this video, I will send this ammo can grill painted up, seasoned up, and ready to cook on to a random winner. So make sure you like, you subscribe, you share, you leave a comment. Make sure you get all the likes and the subscriptions and all that good stuff for one of these given to you. Thanks.